Hello and welcome back to Stick to Fitness, brought to you by myself and my co-host Archie. And for today's topic of discussion, we're talking about what the gym has taught us after a collective of around 25 years of training between us. Well, I think it's that. It might be more. I'm into my 16th year of training now.
16?
Yeah, fucking crazy, right? How about yourself?
12.
12? Okay, so a bit more than...
Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah. So that's what, 26, 7, 8, 28 years between us. That's not bad. What has the gym taught you, Archie? What have you learned from?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends what route you want to go down. You can get really deep and emotional with this, you know.
Let's go deep and emotional. Well, what's the non-deep and non-emotional?
Non-deep, what? The non-deep side of things?
Yeah.
In terms of what it's taught me.
It's all deep, isn't it?
I think so. What, it's like you're going to write a letter to the gym.
Yeah, like if gym was a person.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
you for sticking by me.
That's it. It's never left. I think the gym has taught me a lot of what's the word that everyone loves to use? Discipline. Yeah, discipline is the best word I would say that the gym has kind of taught me. Like that patience, that long-term thinking. If you think like the discipline to show up every day or every week, to go to the gym, to stick to the diet, to train a certain way, to pursue the goal that you want of challenging yourself and improving your physique. I think that's massive, and that for me has carried over so many different things in terms of life.
Yeah, it's a big one. The discipline one is definitely. I think you commit for 5+ years, or whatever, any sort of like training.
But think about
definitely shows that you can. That you can do something.
You said you've been training for 12 years now, right?
Yeah.
What have you been doing in your life for 12 years? Like outside of training in the gym,
surviving.
But what other hobby or behavior or anything?
Nothing. Never had anything go that long.
That's what I mean.
Like even like relationship or
The
only one you say is probably like, I guess even like you've had friendships that have like not been that long, and
that's what I mean.
And I guess it's the thing of where it's like you're going to the same place. Like some people will train. Oh, obviously I've
years, right?
I've had like 3 gyms over that 12-year period where I've gone like regular.
But you'd still be at the same gym if you didn't have to move, right?
Yeah, if I didn't move house and things like that, then 100% still be at the same gym.
Exactly. That's the only reason why I've shifted gyms, is because I've moved different locations.
I guess reluctantly as well, I would say as well. Like, yes, the end goal is not moving somewhere so you can stay at the same gym for me, but there was always that little bit of like sad. It was always a sad thing when it was like, I'm not be able, because I've moved here, I'm not gonna be able to train here anymore. I have to
particularly if the gym's not as good.
Yeah, that is a big one. That's a big. I'm kind of going through that at the minute.
Are you?
I guess. Yeah.
So have you joined the new gym now?
Yeah, I've joined a new one where the new house is. It's got like.
Is it a bodybuilding gym?
It's really weird. So it's attached to a school. Okay. And when I rocked up there the first time, there was a sign on the door saying no school uniforms. I went in there, it was just bare kids, man.
Really?
16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, whatever. And I was like, fucking hell, I don't know. I was texting my girlfriend, going, I don't know if I can do this.
We're going to have to move.
I'm going to have to travel. And this was like the main gym in the area. But I guess over the time now.
How long is the distance?
From my house?
Yeah, I guess you
drive.
Do you go home first and then you go to
go straight from work. So it's 20 minutes from work, then 4 minutes home. So.
Okay, so it's very close to your home.
Very close.
That's sick. That's like me. Is it a 4-minute drive or 4-minute walk?
4-minute drive.
It's about 10-minute walk.
Something like that. A bit longer.
That's quite close.
No, it's very close. But
that's
it's
good.
Not, dumbbells only go up to 50. Some of the older, it's all Watson. I hate Watson equipment.
Absolutely hate it as well.
It's so heavy.
It's heavy, but it's also
and it's all just like misaligned.
But the thing is like, I don't know.
But
I don't know if it's worse than Matrix.
Yeah.
It's close,
It's plate loaded, so I guess it's better.
I don't know. I think it's actually really close.
But even that part of it is talking like, no matter what the situation is, you could go in there and be like, oh no, I don't want to do this. But it's like, you still got to show up. Because at the end of the day,
it's convenience, right?
Convenience, and it's that cliche thing of like, if you're deadlifting, no matter what gym you go to, you'll be lifting the same numbers.
Nah, man. Not if you ain't got that deadlift bar, boy.
I've never used
I love it.
Bar,
it's just the grip. It's everything about that deadlift bar. Like, for me, it's the diameter of it is actually, if you really deadlift a lot, the bar is thinner.
Yeah.
And I hate those. My hands are not like huge, but you get those really like weird, the Jordan bars.
No, I know what you
They're
mean. I know what you're
super
saying.
thick.
But I guess at the end of the day,
Shit like that bugs me.
no, because I've never. Like, okay, let's say you're doing safety bar squat. Then, end of the day, whatever rack you're doing it in, you're still doing it.
I see. So for me, I always do it in the same rack in the gym
No.
because the Matrix one.
You're setting yourself up to fail. Dude.
No, I'm too short. So the
that's
rack
fair
is
enough.
like, it's either too high or too short. So I'm like, I either have to do half a squat before I do it, or I have to go on my tiptoes.
You just stand on a plate.
Bro, are you trying on racking fucking 200 kilos, standing on a plate,
No.
and then basically doing a semi-reverse lunge before you go into it?
No, I know what you mean. But I guess we'll go back to the point of what it's taught me is that, like I said, no matter the situation, your mindset will dictate whether it's a positive one or a negative one. Because at the end of the day, it's just weights.
Yeah.
Like, you can look at it in a more deeper detail, say it's not my favorite machine, it's not my favorite rack, it's not my favorite bar. But at the end of the day, it's just weights.
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is.
You're gonna have to make do with what you have.
Exactly. Because it's always like that thing as well. It's like you're in a fortunate position to even have weights. Like, you could be in a position where like you're banged up in jail and you got no weights or something. Or like
I don't know, man. The jail in the UK looks pretty good. I see them posting Instagram posts these days.
like, or you could like not be able to afford a gym membership. And there are some people that can't, like, genuinely
Or
can't.
it could be lockdown, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you had no equipment and you just had to make the best
what?
of a bad situation. But even with that, there were definitely people that had no equipment but still made progress during that time because their mindset allowed them.
Well, they did press ups. They did whatever they needed to do to get it.
Progressive overload your press ups.
Yeah.
Do one more a day over every day of lockdown. You're doing a lot of press ups, mate. So
it's boring, yeah, but
I guess that's where. But training is boring.
But I mean,
in terms of it's repetitive.
It's a little bit less boring when you get a new machine or something.
Yeah,
and I think the worst is when the boredom is inconvenient. So let's say you're in lockdown, right? You need to train your back or whatever, and the only way to really train it is to do some sort of pull up or like pull down or something like that. And then you have to do this whole rig to set up. It's like I'm bored. Yeah, I'm bored of this, and it's fucking a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I guess that's where the mind is just so important to overcome that. It's not a physical thing because you have to set up a whole lat pull down with like, what did you have on the end of it, like paint or something?
No, I had a dumbbell. It was
you had a dumbbell attached.
So it was attached to the roof. I had like this pulley, like a climbing pulley, and then in the beginning it was just a bit of string. Yeah,
but you
like
could
hoodie string.
But you could have sacked that off after one session, but you didn't.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I did want to sack it off.
Of course, but you didn't because in your head you knew, yes, this is annoying, it's boring, whatever, but the long term needs must.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something that, I would say.
And the big thing for me during lockdown was like, what else am I going to fucking do?
Yeah, exactly. What else? You didn't have a kid.
No
Were
kid.
You married?
No, not yet.
Yeah, so like.
No kid, no wife.
What the
and
hell
you just
doing?
no work.
Yeah, no work, nothing. So.
I fucking better do this.
Just make the best out of the bad situation. I think that's definitely anyone, especially people that go through like a long prep or whatever. There's something to be said for their state of mind and ability to like overcome things.
Yeah, I use COVID's experience quite a bit now, like where people are gagging to go to the gym, and now things open up. All of a sudden, people take it for granted.
Yeah,
and they're like, I can't get into the gym, or I can't do this. It's like, yeah, but imagine if you couldn't actually go to the gym.
Yeah,
like lockdown.
You really want to go.
Yeah, so
but I guess that's what it is. It's just about. It's that same thing. It's that same mindset of just no matter what happens, you've had a good day, a bad day, woke up late, woke up early, not slept, still got to turn up and train. The numbers are still there to be hit.
It's a discipline, right?
100%, and it definitely carries over into different aspects of work and relationships, and being able to see things out, especially something that you started.
Yeah. Another thing that I like about it and what it's taught me is that it really gives you that sense of you get what you put in. Like nothing else, I think, in life is so. What's the word for it? It's like so. Not so about accurate, but it's almost guaranteed. You put in X amount of work, you're gonna get some sort of outcome from it.
You're gonna get some sort of outcome, but do you get the outcome that you desire?
I think it's not so much about, obviously there's certain things that you cannot control, but you are going to change. You are going to see some sort of result from it. You do anything, and that's the same for anything. You do anything for long enough, you're gonna get better at it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's impossible for you. If you imagine, like, I've been training for 16 years. If I did anything else for 16 years, every day, like properly, not like some people where they say, I had somebody say, I've been training on and off for 25 years. Yeah, you've been training. Your off has been 24 years and 51 weeks. Your on has been 1 week.
Yeah, but even if your off was 25 years, even if your off was 12 years, that's only 50%.
Yeah, but you do something for long enough, you're gonna get fucking good at it. Like, at the very least,
it's like 10,000 hour fee.
There's no way you can't.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Right. So it really gives you that idea that, okay, this is real. If I put in this amount of graft, I can fucking see it. I can see the change. And the more effort that you put in, the more you get out of it, the faster it kind of comes.
I think that's where part of like what it's taught me is sometimes, like, similar to what you're saying, is just trust the process. And that's like, some people don't like that saying or whatever, but training is a process. And if you go with that process of overloading, eating right, sleeping right, over a long period of time, like you said, then you will see something. You're not going to get worse for doing that. If you progressively overload and eat right and recover, you're not going to get smaller. You're not going to get weaker.
It's not possible, is it?
Like, you can't.
It's like 1 + 1 = 2.
And like, for those people that maybe aren't where they want to be or not seeing the results that they should be, it's because you're not giving it the respect that it needs to have. Like, only very few people with that top genetic, like 1% or whatever, will be able to do it half-assed and still get, phenomenal results.
And then, some people need to put in above and beyond.
Yeah, some people need to go like way more.
Yeah. And that's, I think the other thing is consistency, and is boring. You do anything for long enough, it is, like you said with the training, it's fucking boring.
Yeah, no, I think training is boring, right? I think we have to accept that it is, but how you make it enjoyable is by progressing, setting new PBs, and
I think it's your mindset that you frame on it. It's like, what does interesting look like to you? Like, is that, some people think interesting is, I need to do something different all the time.
Something new, yeah.
Something like, I need either a new machine, new workout. It's like, unfortunately, you do anything for long enough, there isn't going to be a new. You play fucking Warzone every day. It's not going to be new, is it? It's the same fucking shit. Why do you enjoy that?
It's the same map, isn't it?
Yeah, why do you enjoy
We're
that?
playing against different people, so I guess
exactly.
That's where...
There's the small differences. But when you go to the gym, if you lift a different weight, that's like you playing against different people.
Yeah, it is. I think very few people... Like, I know I did it during my prep. Did the same workout plan for the whole 54 weeks. If I had to deviate, it was because the machine was broken, or it's because, like someone went to a different gym or something on the rarity. But, to be able to turn up for a long period of time on the same Monday and do the same exercises over and over and over again.
I just think to be great at something, you have to do something over and over again. Think of David Beckham.
How many times he struck that ball?
Mate, he's been playing football since fucking yonks, man.
Yeah.
Like, since the day he could probably kick a ball, he's been playing ball daily. And, he became very good at it, right?
Yeah.
So, when you want to be extremely good at something, when you want to improve in something, you have to do the same thing. No one gets better at it. He doesn't change a thing that he doesn't go... today I want to get better at football. So today I'm going to play football. Tomorrow I'm going to play tennis.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to play badminton.
Do the same thing.
He's going to fucking play football all the time because he wants to get better at it.
Yeah.
You want to improve your physique. Maybe you're going to have to fucking do some... Like, how many different ways are you going to bicep curl? Really?
You can't. It's up and down.
This, right? Maybe you get a bit of this. Maybe you get a bit... But ultimately your elbow's just bending.
Yeah.
So...
It's the same contraction.
That's what I mean. So at some point you have to get really used to the fact that you just have to keep turning up, keep doing very similar things and repetitive motions, and that's what's going to make you better, right? And I think that is the same for everything that we do.
Yeah, I think it's allowed me to be okay with failing as well.
What's the Gary Neville quote? Failure's a bruise, not a tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Failure
Yeah.
is a bruise, not a tattoo.
So it's okay to like, especially in front of people.
Yeah.
Because you know when you're doing certain numbers, that people are always watching. Whether some people blatantly watch you and like stop what they're doing and come over and watch, or
Might be cool, right? Mm.
no, it is. But it's like, you know, when I was younger, if people were doing that, I'd be like, oh shit, people are watching me.
I like it. I quite like it.
I mean, that's part that I do enjoy.
Mm.
Is like that pressure of like lifting.
Oh, I can lift this now.
Or like when you're doing the stack with like a 20 on or whatever, like people, whether they're making it obvious or not, people are always watching.
Mm.
But being okay with like failing in front of people, because like even I guess that comes to even like competing and stuff as well, is like you know, going through that whole process and then not placing or not getting the placing that you want and stuff. Like it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Someone's got to do that, right?
Yeah, but it's like, I guess it's only disappointing if...
I think you are more disappointed in yourself than somebody else is disappointed in you.
Yeah, it's also taught me, like, part of that has taught me, like, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks about me anymore. About literally about anything.
Do you think that's giving you the confidence to be a bit like that? Or is it just age?
I don't know. I think if I didn't train, I don't think it would be as strong as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
But like, apart from like my girlfriend and my mum, I couldn't care less what people think about me and what I'm doing. Like, to be honest with you, like, I don't know where that comes from in terms of but in terms of training,
yeah, because
people are just always watching. People always gonna have an opinion. The skinny guys are always gonna come up to you and say, "You should be doing this. You should be doing that."
Have you had that?
No, I got all the time.
Really, I've never had that.
I just smile. I was like, okay.
I've never had that.
Like, it's just like, all right, it's okay.
I've never had that.
But the same way, like, you know, a big guy can come to you and do it, and then you're like, okay, mate, yeah, thanks for whatever. Like, I couldn't give a shit, mate. I'm doing what I'm doing.
I think anyone's ever given me advice like that, like unsolicited advice, where they're like, "I don't think you should be doing that."
Yeah. Like, but I guess even that, it's like it's taught you how to like deal with this different situations, because you know you don't want to argue with people, but at the same time, all right, mate, yeah, thanks for your feedback.
Fuck off.
Yeah, yeah, basically. But you can't. I guess it's like.
But do you think that's bad as well? Because other people probably doing it when they probably do need the help.
Yeah, I guess so.
You look like the skinny person. You're actually like, you know, when you jump in with someone, you're like, maybe you should try this. You know, like just like, you know, like if someone's doing half a range of motion on a leg press and they want to share with me, I'll be like, man, dude, you need to like strip the weight back and do a bit.
No, I would leave him.
Really? See, yeah, sometimes I have a conversation with someone, like, if you're sharing equipment, it's more casual. Like, I don't go in, but they might ask you a bit, and I'm like, I think you should. But then if they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. No.
I can't be.
Yeah, you tried, didn't you? I guess.
Yeah. I'm not going to be forceful on it, but.
No, I think, to go back to, it's not, I don't want to say it's an arrogance thing.
Yeah.
It's just a not caring, it's not bothered.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there's a little bit of age as well.
Maybe.
As you get older, you're more confident in what you do and what.
Maybe, but there are people who are older than me, for example, who don't have that.
Yeah. Some people don't grow out of it, right?
Some people get worse with age.
Yeah. Mm.
And I think that has come from just the environment of being in a place where, like.
But then what is it?
Is
it the age or is it the gym?
Well, I think it's the gym, because whether everyone likes it or not, everyone in there's competing against each other.
It's a massive contest.
It is. But it is, though. It is. You know what it's like. Especially if you're going to like a gym where, like, you're going there at the same time, you've got the same people there all the time.
Yeah.
What did you do on that? What did you get on that?
How much you bench?
Yeah, how much you bench? What are you doing there? How much?
It is a massive size up, isn't it? When you see somebody on the bench press, they're doing like 3 plates, you're like, I can do 4.
Yeah. and you're training legs. Like, do you know what I mean? But it is like that, and I guess that's kind of.
Is that good? Has it taught you? What's it taught you from that?
It's taught me that
I've got a massive ego.
No, it's taught me that it's okay not to be the best at things, and that
someone's gonna be better.
Yeah, but again, it's like, what do you do with that though? If you're just gonna sit there and sulk and be like, "Oh, I'll never be."
Yeah, oh, he's on drugs. That's it.
Yeah,
he's like taking G. He's definitely on gear. So what is that?
But like, you either take that information and you go away and you work at it to think, okay, this is what I need to do, or you sit there and you sulk and You go to like a pure gym where
Yeah, you're the best.
you're the best. Yeah. You either want to be what is it? You either want to be the fish in the big pond or be the shark in the small pond or whatever. I don't know.
Fuck.
Something like that. But yeah, but it is. It's just one big ego thing. It's just one
I
big
never
ego
thought about
thing.
that actually. It's quite
It
funny.
is. But it is though. It's just one big. The gym is just like one big ego thing.
Even the girls are joining in now.
I'm the big I am.
The girls are joining in on that now as well, I think. Because they're like,
Well, we can do the biggest hit for us.
What? How can I stick to the same weight as what the guy was doing before me?
Yeah.
That's a massive ego thing.
But even that, I used to train with a mate of mine. This is years ago when I first started training. And every time we'd finish on a machine, he'd unpin the pin.
Oh, yeah?
And I used to say, why do you always like... Or he'd put it to the first notch or whatever. You go, why do you? He goes, I don't want people to know what I'm lifting. It's like, what?
We did the opposite.
Yeah, I just put it to the bottom. Leave a plate on top. Like, and I was like, okay, if that's what you want to do. But then, as you progress through, he was older than me, so he training for longer. And I guess as you progress through time, people are watching things like that. So maybe he was right all along.
I don't know. I never thought about that actually.
I mean, I don't know.
Should leave. Yeah, I always take the weights off anyway.
I always leave the weights on. I want people to know that I've been there. 5 less 20 plates on the leg press because I can.
Jim hasn't taught you much, has it? I think one thing that has taught me is just being a bit more open-minded. That's for sure. Like, you know, I used to be. It actually taught me to be very close-minded in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I was very glued and married to like approach. Like, oh, you gotta do the basics, gotta do this, and then I don't know what it was over time. I guess I was looking for answers, right? Where, fuck, I'm doing this, right? But then my physique's not changing. So why is it not changing? And that then led to me looking for answers, becoming more open-minded, becoming less ego-driven because I was trying to find something to help me, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll become more open to things. So I guess in that way, it's taught me both sides of that, to be very close-minded and now.
I think there's a point where you need to be close-minded though.
I think.
I guess that's where the gym kind of helps that because it is, you know, you spend a lot of time alone in that place.
At the same time, not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously there's other people around and stuff, but like if you're training, for example, and you're like...
Do you not talk to people?
Not anymore.
But before, did you ever talk to people?
Oh, before you'd have to have
at Muscleworks,
you have to have a whole half an hour beforehand. You'd be like, right, what time are we getting to the gym? 5:30. What time are we supposed to start training? 6:30.
Yeah, all right, let's start training now.
Yeah. Wow, look at the time. We better start now.
Yeah. One of those.
But it would take half an hour to get going because by the time you say hello to everyone, it's half an hour's gone. Your pre-workout's already, you're pinging off your head. You have to delay your pre-workout. You don't want to take it too early because you're not saying hello to everyone yet. But that's why it used to annoy me though, because when I was dieting, I'd become more like, I don't want to talk to people.
Focused.
Yeah, I'd go to another gym.
But people are used to you being.
People are used to you being a certain way, wanting to chat and wanting to let people train in and, you know, or train with people and do whatever. Where that's when then I used to go to Bethnal and just put headphones in and just leave me alone sort of vibe. Which is probably a bad thing. Let the prep get the best of me.
Yeah. That's where you're travelling like 45, 50 minutes to get to the gym.
What, to get to Bethnal?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
10 minutes from where I was in Hackney. Well, it's Hackney, isn't it? It's not far. Or you could get on the overgrounds, 2 stops.
There you go. Is there anything else that you think has taught you from the gym? Any notable mentions?
Definitely, I mean, I know we talked about like the other stuff, but definitely to have patience. So like, and it's not, if you really want something and you want, it's not going to happen. You don't do a set of lat pull down, then all of a sudden get a back like Jay Cutler. You know, if you think about your 16 years of training and how many reps you've done, like for example, on a bicep curl or tricep extension, you know, that's thousands and thousands.
It's mad, isn't it?
And thousands of reps.
You're thinking, how is my elbow so fresh?
Yeah. And then you'll still look at yourself and be like, I need more triceps. Like,
that's messed up.
Yeah, that is. But it does take time. And yes, initially it's going to happen fast. And it's that's the worst thing. What it's called, I think it's called delayed gratification. Especially if you're doing like a prep or something, you know, after a week, you're not going to be shredded. But over a period of, you know, 12 weeks, 15 weeks, 20 weeks, you're starting to see
Get what you put in.
what's kind of happening. Yeah, exactly. But it's not a case of like that with anything, a business or like getting a job and doing whatever. It's not, it's not going to happen just overnight.
I think the scariest thing is that at the start, that's the fastest you're ever going to move.
Yeah, that's the most gains you're ever going to make.
It's fucking scary, isn't it? And people are already impatient.
Yeah,
You're already like, fucking hell, when's this going to happen?
That kills a lot of people, doesn't it? Especially with like their fat loss phase and stuff. It's like, oh, it's been 2 weeks and, you know.
I just think it's a mindset thing. It's like how people are wired. So if they can't get through it on this, it's probably how they are everything else in their life.
Yeah, I'd agree.
They fuck it off.
But then I think
if they're not naturally good at it, they're gone.
I think that's where the gym itself and going through that process will change people's mindsets. If you give it,
that's why you see people drop off all the time, right? That's why there's regulars and there's not regulars.
Well, you see people drop, like you see Monday, gym is packed.
Yeah.
Friday, gym is empty.
Sunday, it's non-existent.
Yeah. Like, and that's not, you know, I don't think that's specific to like one area. That's like
everything.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, in the city, some of the gyms shut Saturday, Sunday because
no one's there.
No one fucking comes in anyway. So what's the point? That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. That's scary.
But hey, it is what it is.
To it.
That's it. All right, man. So, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a review on iTunes and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And you can find me on Instagram at @gymwithhim, and Archie is at Archie13 with 2 E's. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.